Welcome back, YouTube. This is Jay from Team DMA, and we're going to take a look at what happened here on the YCS event that happened in Bologna or Bologna. I believe it's in Italy. So there was a lot of those going on. There was a lot of cool stuff that people got to see, like combos, play sequences, and whatnot, cards. We're gonna be covering some of that on some other channel, but I'm sorry, on some other video. But for this one, we're just going to be covering the final. And basically, Joshua, I believe Joshua Smith, he has a YouTube channel. If you want to type it in, you could probably find them on YouTube. If you can't find them and you want to check his content, just let me know and I'll put a link on the video if you guys want it. But basically, I don't remember exactly if he was playing Dark Magician at a point. I don't remember. And I made this video yesterday, but I had audio issues. That's why I have to redo it again. So after this, I'm not going to make this anymore. but basically, we're just gonna go over a recap. So basically, there's two decks going on. The Joshua Smith, this guy, he's playing actually Bystial runick, and I warned people that Bystial is still good, but just people like to BS. They like to lie and downplay stuff. But I mean, in from my perspective, because I go off of what I do. Like, let's say I do like, for example, 8 different YCS champion decks this year, for example. Depending on which one's the stronger one is the one that I deem to be the stronger one. Like, it's common sense. Like, I'll show an example. Like, I could be playing like a Kashtira, but it doesn't really affect me much. It's just trash. Even when it was tier 0, I could beat it. But then I'm playing against decks like YCS version of Labyrinth, where you can't play any spells and like they escape everything you do. And some of them even play bestials in it, like shoot. And it's pretty strong. They almost feel like tier 0 because you can't play your spells. And a lot of people rig their videos to not show you the YCS version. YCS version is broken. And there's other ones like the Rescue Ace. There's a lot of variations of the Rescue Ace, but a lot of people argue that the Rescue Ace Diabel is the strongest. But there's another version. There's a Horus Diabel Rescue Ace. That one's the worst one. I have a duel with that one. And that board can establish 6 interruptions, six negations. And it's broken to play. I played the YCS version last night, I think, on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro 2, and it was against the famous YouTuber. I don't know if it was Sam or it was his friend, but it was one of them too. And they were on the, what is it, the TX1, whatever their channel was, and they had brought the YCS version. I played it with my the budget Dark Mission. I did lose, but if you guys want to see it, I'll show you guys the duel. But it's just a reminder, like, even though I'm playing a budget, it does a lot of work. It's just that you have to boost up sometimes the extra deck just a little bit, like putting in SP Little Knight that everyone's playing, and then also increasing the draw power in the deck. Now my deck has a lot of variations, and 3 are commonly known. The first one is the one that everyone buys online. It's the hyper budget version, which is like super cheap. It's like $30 or less. And then I have the mid range, which is like $65. And then I have the full version, was like currently right now it's only like about 130. So they're all cheap, and they can be YCS decks. So all it is establishing the board, going first, and then going second with the board breakers. But when I go second, if I establish the board breakers, it's a game. It doesn't matter if it's a tier 0 or not. So it's not a problem. So why do I bring that up? Because you guys are gonna see the duel. I didn't really touch my deck. Like I didn't swap anything. I just played it straight as the main, and I never switched anything. But I can win 1 to 2 like that. But I think this one was 2 losses. No, I don't remember. I'll upload the duel. I'll upload the duel so you guys get to see it. But all I'm saying is, going second, you definitely have to break the board, because if you don't, you're gonna get your butt kicked. So this deck here with the Bystial and going up against the Rescue Ace, the Rescue Ace, Diablo Star. So it's a lot going on, and we're gonna be taking a look at what cards broke the board and what cards have high impact, not only in this duel but in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. So I'm gonna pause the video and we're gonna move over there. Here it is. This is high impact. So why is it a high impact card? Because it's getting the job done. Like when they trigger it, people who are experts and you trigger it at the right timing, it shuts down a deck. Like it's not a joke, it's not a gimmick, it's not. I'm not. I'm not being two-faced. I'm not BSing. This isn't some sort of gimmick. It's just straight up the truth. If you know how decks play and you trigger something to stop it at the right timing, like where it's crucial, yes, it's a high impact. And you can see this winning for Joshua, the way he played it. Another card that had a high impact. Well, before we move forward, this one's just a negating of a monster. But if you can negate the right one, it can get you the one up on the against your opponent. This one, Dash Blossom, you can look here at the effects. Like me personally, I wouldn't play more than one or two. But I mean, some people love it at three, right? And to be honest with you, it depends on if you win. If you're winning a lot of duels, it's fine. But if you're losing a lot of duels, you should check to see how many ash, because you might just need one or two. Because in reality, some of these cards that we have, like we play like a Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, or you play like a Veiler, a Rod, or a Draw, or it can be anything. It can be any card. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you're just good at one of, because the rest of your deck does a lot of stuff, but you might need that extra power here and there. So you might include one or two if you see yourself losing a lot. But basically, this card, if it special summons, if you add cards to the hand, or special summons from the deck, or send something to the graveyard, it triggers. And you know that he played at the right time against the Rescuers and he stopped it. I think it was against the Hydrant, I don't remember, but one of them, that's what it does. All it does is it brings cards. So you can trigger it at the right time. You're gonna pull the win. You can play like Infinite Impermanence and whatnot, but I mean, for the play and the impact, like we're just talking about facts, right? This isn't about what I like, what I think, or nothing like that. It's just the facts. I would say, yeah, Ash Blossom and Veiler are excellent. I mean, especially because they were high impact and it has nothing to do with me. They got the job done. There isn't nothing to argue. I mean, if you want to argue, you're going to waste your time. But I would say one or two of in the deck. Even in a Dark Magician deck, you can include one or two. But I usually tell people, unless you can draw a lot, don't try to include a lot. And you can include a runick engine just to speed up your deck for the draw, and it'll work. And people are starting to catch on. If you can draw, you can play hand traps. If you can't draw, don't play them. That's why you lose. That's why you break. And I've been telling, this isn't something new. I've been telling you guys for years. It's been 4 or 5 years. So the other card that we saw a lot of high impact is Nibiru. A lot of people don't respect it. When you play this card against tier 0, it doesn't work. Like when you play this card against me, it doesn't work. And most of the hand traps don't work. Because I've already set up my deck to go through it. Similar to a tier 0, like there's nothing that could stop it. But the majority, some of the decks, people who actually win their first place, to be honest with you, like people being crushed in their second place, like the people who take second place because they lost, these are cards that are very high impactful. Nibiru breaks their board, they can recover. Ash and Veiler, sometimes playing them all three in one turn, it just like wins the duel. It really depends on you. Definitely. For me, like most of these cards, what I do, I play them going second. I don't play them going first because they're just bricks. But that's gonna be it for the video. Bystial has a lot of power. Just before I end the video, you can special. It's a hand trap. Gets the bodies on the board. You can link YCS fusion. You can use them to pop cards. You can use them to trigger Eradicator Epidemic Virus. They're just broken. You can play Branded Regain to bring back remove from play cards like your Dark Magicians, or even the Trap Branded Beast. There's a lot of variations you can play, and I keep telling you guys over and over, sound like a broken record. Bystial's good. Add it to your Dark Magician, you'll see results. If you don't want to play the whole engine, just play 2. And there's a lot of tricks and stuff, and it works for my AC 130, and I have no issues. And that's gonna be it for this video. Runick Bystial gets the job done. Draw a lot, hand traps, impactful cards, and he won. There's nothing else to say, right? So hopefully you like that review. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. I'm going to be making some other follow-up videos talking about the Dark Magician, the profile, and the update and the current scene of TCG, because this is very important. So with that being said, you guys, Dark Magic Attack.